Carbon dioxide, CO2, levels in the Earth's atmosphere are at their highest in over 800,000 years. Once a naturally balanced part of the planet's ecosystem, CO2 is now a key driver of global climate change. Its rapid increase is alarming, and its consequences are already reshaping life on Earth. To avoid a catastrophic future, understanding CO2's causes and impacts, and taking decisive action, is critical. The rise of CO2 levels have steadily increased since the Industrial Revolution, spurred by human activities. Before 1750, atmospheric CO2 hovered around 280 parts per million, ppm. Today, levels exceed 420 parts per million, a figure climbing faster than at any point in recorded history. Primary causes of rising CO2 levels: burning fossil fuels. 1. Coal, oil, and natural gas combustion for energy production accounts for over 75% of human CO2 emissions. 2. Power plants, vehicles, and industrial facilities are among the largest contributors. Deforestation. 1. Forests act as carbon sinks, absorbing CO2. 1. Deforestation for agriculture, logging, and urban development reduces this capacity, releasing stored carbon into the atmosphere. Agriculture and livestock. 1. Agricultural practices, including land clearing and soil disruption, emit CO2. 2. Livestock farming produces methane, another potent greenhouse gas, which contributes indirectly to CO2 increase through feedback loops. Industrial processes. 1. Cement production, manufacturing, and other industrial activities release significant CO2 as a byproduct. Consequences of elevated CO2 levels. The effects of high CO2 concentrations are widespread and devastating. Global warming. 1. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, causing global temperatures to rise. 2. The past decade has been the warmest on record, with severe heat waves becoming more frequent. Extreme weather events. 1. Higher temperatures intensify hurricanes, droughts, floods, and wildfires. 2. These events cause loss of life, economic damage, and displacement. Melting ice and rising sea levels. 1. Warmer temperatures accelerate ice melt in polar regions, raising sea levels. 2. Coastal communities face flooding, erosion, and habitat destruction. Ecosystem disruption. 1. Ocean acidification, caused by CO2 absorption, threatens marine life, including coral reefs. 2. Species unable to adapt to changing climates face extinction, destabilizing ecosystems. Impact on human health. 1. Heat waves and air pollution exacerbate respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. 2. Food and water insecurity grow as crops fail and droughts intensify. The path to reducing CO2 levels to curb CO2 emissions and prevent a dire future, global efforts must focus on transitioning to renewable energy. 1. Replace fossil fuels with solar, wind, hydroelectric, and geothermal energy. 2. Invest in energy storage technologies to ensure reliability. Reforestation and afforestation. 1. Protect existing forests and plant new ones to enhance carbon sequestration. 2. Support sustainable land management practices to preserve ecosystems. Energy efficiency and conservation. 1. Improve building insulation, adopt energy-efficient appliances, and promote public transportation. 2. Encourage reduced consumption through awareness campaigns. Carbon capture and storage, CCS. 1. Invest in technologies to capture CO2 emissions from industrial sources. 2. Store captured CO2 underground or repurpose it for other uses. Policy and regulation. 1. Governments must implement carbon pricing mechanisms, such as carbon taxes or cap and trade systems. 2. Strengthen international agreements like the Paris Accord to ensure collective action. Empowering individuals. 1. Advocate for climate-friendly policies and vote for leaders prioritizing the environment. 2. Adopt sustainable practices, such as reducing waste and supporting eco-friendly businesses. A shared responsibility that the rising levels of CO2 are not just an environmental challenge, they are a global crisis that demands immediate and unified action. The science is clear: to limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels and avoid catastrophic outcomes, CO2 emissions must be halved by 2030 and reach net zero by 2050. The solutions are within our grasp. Transitioning to a greener future is an investment in life itself, ensuring a planet where biodiversity thrives, economies prosper, and communities are resilient. Together, we hold the power to change the course of history. The time to act is now. A future free from the shadow of rising CO2 is not only possible, it is our duty to achieve it.